Hello. In this video, I would like to show you error handling on proactive workflows. Through 3 simple workflows, you will see how easy it is to get fault tolerance on your job for any kind of failure, software or hardware, and how to tweak it according to your actual needs. Let's start with this simple workflow composed of 4 tasks with 2 branches. The top task will fail because of a syntax error in its code, while the others are valid. By default, in case of error, the scheduler will automatically try to restart the failing task 2 times. If errors still occur, it just ignores it and continue with the other task. So let's run this workflow to see what's going on. From the scheduler portal, 2 views are monitoring workflow execution. Visualization tab is a graphical representation where we can easily see the dependencies between the tasks. On the Task tab, we have a list representation with more details for each task. As we can see, after 2 failures, on the top task, the scheduler marks it as faulty. And then it continues the execution of the 3 remaining tasks. Now, let's change this default behavior to suspend dependencies of the task which failed. Let's also put only 1 retry. In that case, as you can see, none of the dependencies can run. All the tasks remain pending. Automatic retries was performed but didn't help. In such case, what you can do is to try to fix the issue in backend. Maybe a file is missing, for example. Then you can retry the task execution. You can also simulate a proper task termination using mark as finished on resume. Then you can see all the dependencies resumed and running correctly. Next, let's be more precise with our error handling. For that, I have another workflow, which is pretty similar to the previous one. Difference is that the top task is fixed, then only the left branch is failing because of this task. I introduce a syntax error in this task. The right side contains just more tasks with some waiting tasks, so it takes longer time to be executed, useful for the demonstration. I introduce an interesting thing with this critical task. Remember, by default, the behavior is to suspend dependencies in case of error. For this particular task, I want to override the default behavior, which is set at the workflow level, and put a specific behavior, like here. I want to kill the whole job execution if this critical task fails, because I know that if this task fails, there is no way to recover. So the first task is executed successfully. Then we have the 2 dependencies. So process 1 will fail and process 2 will keep running with its dependencies. Those 2 tasks will keep running because they are not a dependency of this process task. What I can do is I can mark as finished on resume, so I allow this critical task to be executed. But remember, this task is very, very important. So if it fails, it will kill the whole workflow. And this is what's happening here. So we saw that we can manage task issues. But what about hardware issues, where the problem does not come from the task itself, but more from the node it is running on? For this demonstration, I have another workflow, a third one. This workflow uses our replicate structure to run multiple processes with a parameter sweep. So the first task is responsible for splitting the computation, preparing the parameter sweep. Then we have a second layer composed of n processing tasks which have a random execution time up to 90 seconds. And at the end, we have a final task to merge and synchronize. On the resource side, we have two computing node sets, 4 cores each, so it allows us to run up to 8 tasks in parallel. So let's run this workflow. We split into 15 tasks. Each task can run for up to 90 seconds. So first we split. We have 15 tasks, 8 tasks running in parallel. If we go to the resource side, we can see 8 tasks. All those 8 nodes, cores, are busy. Now, let me reboot the machine, the node set 2, causing the failure of 4 tasks. So from the scheduler portal, you can see here on this column the number of node failure which occur for a particular task. Proactive Scheduler handles this kind of failure pretty easily. When a node goes down or is unavailable after some timeout period, the task which was running on it is automatically restarted on another node. And this is what we will see now. We have 4 tasks which are failing, and as soon as another node is free, we can restart. So the failing task is automatically restarted on it. Then, the granularity of the fault tolerance is at the task level. When a task is finished, the scheduler makes a step forward in the workflow execution, and in case of failure, it will recover from that step. Workflow will not have to restart from the beginning. Here, we can see the workflow keep running on the 4 remaining nodes, so at a lower capacity, without any administrator intervention. If we go to the resource side, we can see that our 4 nodes are just down, so not usable anymore. When the machine node set 2 will come back, not now, the node will be used for computation as soon as they will arrive. This is what we can see here. So the capacity of the whole platform come back to 8 nodes. And the task is finished. Thanks for watching. To learn more, please visit our website on www.activion.com.